purport also, Guruji?
Purport नहीं पढ़ रहे. We are reading
ठीक
only
है.
the shlok and the translation.
Okay.
Okay. So this is 21st. So we were looking at all the incarnations. This is the 21st incarnation. It was already written in Srimad Bhagavatam. When Ved Vyasji appeared and then he manifested Srimad Bhagavatam, he had already written that Lord Buddha will appear. And Lord Buddha will appear as son of Anjana
Son of
in the
Anjana.
province of Gaya. So all the information was already there. Okay. The next, Mukesh.
अथासो युग संध्यायाम दस्यु प्रायेषु राजसु जनिता विष्णु यशसो namna kalki charg tapiti. Thereafter, at the conjunction of two yugas, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as the Kalki incarnation and become the son of Vishnu Yasha. At this time, almost all the rulers of the earth will have degenerated into plunderers.
So as we can see, right, so like Lord Buddha was already written in Srimad Bhagavatam, right, or Krishna. And Kalki avatar is also mentioned already in Srimad Bhagavatam. So 22nd avatar. Now somewhere you will read 24 avatars and then somewhere it's like 10 main avatars and all that. Like what we have read so far is those 22 avatars. So I think at this point we can just revise, if you want, all the different avatars we have. Like just quickly let's summarize. So the first avatar was what?
Kumaras.
4 Kumars, right? So Sanak, Sanatan, Sanandan, and Sanat Kumar.
Right.
There are 4 Kumars. And that was the first incarnation of Lord Vishnu himself when they appeared from Lord Brahma's mind. And then actually, so I think everyone knows about the Jay and Vijay, right? The story of Jay and Vijay when, and do you know who gave them the shrap, Jay and Vijay? No, so those are the Kumars. So those 4 Kumars were traveling in Vaikunt and they crossed 6 gates and 7th, Jay and Vijay, Dwarpal of Lord Vishnu, stopped them. And so that's where they got angry and gave them the curse. And that's where Jay and Vijay then, you know, after all that big stories, they were supposed to appear 3 times on earth, right? Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, right? Ravan and Kumbhakaran and then Shishupal and right? So that's the first avatar, Kumars. And who is the second? So second was the Boyer, right? Vara avatar, where Hiranyaksha, right? He put the earth below the water and then so Lord took the avatar of Vara to bring it back up. Then the third avatar after that was Narad Rishi, Dev Rishi Narad, she of all the Devatas. So that was the third avatar. And then the fourth avatar was Nar and Narayan. So that's where Nar and Narayan relationship and how to control the senses and all those were thought about. And then the fifth avatar was Kapil Muni. And it is said that Kapil Muni is the one who came out with the Sankhya Shastra, the metaphysics, right? The nature and the relationships and all that was all mentioned by Kapil Muni as an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. And he described the nature and everything else, right? And then we had the sixth avatar. And the sixth avatar was which one? So,
Matsya.
Dattatreya, right?
Guru Dattatreya.
Ansuya, Guru Dattatreya appeared to Ansuya Maya and Atri Muni. So that was the sixth avatar. And then we have, King Yagya, And then Rishabdev is supposed to be the origin of Jainism, is where the Rishabdev appeared. Then we have Prithvi's right, Lord Prithvu. And then after that, Matsya Avatar, because then the when the whole earth was going in the water, to save it, Lord appeared as a Matsya Avatar. And once he appeared, then there's a tortoise avatar, where the Mandranchal Parvat he was hosting when the Sagar Manthan was going on. Then Dhananvantri avatar, where he came out with the nectar. And then Mohini avatar, who then actually gave nectar to Devatas when Devatas and Rakshas demons were fighting, right? And then we had Lord Narsingh avatar. So Lord Narsingh avatar. So all these avatars are actually in Satyug, right? If you really see, those are Satyug avatars. And then after Lord Narsingh Devji, we had Vaman, Lord Vaman avatar, when Maharaja Bali was there, and he was even controlling heaven, and to get all this back, Lord appeared as Vaman Dev. And then Kshatriya were doing a lot of issues, so Lord Parshuram appeared, okay, and then Lord Vyasdevji appeared, and that's when we see Srimad Bhagavatam, and then we have Lord Ram, Lord Balram and Krishna, and then Lord Buddha, Gautam Buddha, and then Kali, right? So those are all the 22 incarnations of the God, right? So I think at least we'll remember most of those. But it's a good, the second thing is, this is now what we just read was, at the conjunction of two yugas, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as the Kalki incarnation. So as we saw before Kalki Yug, we had the Satyug, then we had, what is the next Yug?
Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, and then
Right.
Kali.
And Treta Yug, we had Lord Ram, right? And Dwapar Yug, we had Lord Krishna, Lord Balram. And in Kali Yug, the beginning, Lord Buddha appeared, and then the Kalki avatar will appear. And do you know how long the Kali Yuga is for? How many years?
It is 432,000, something like that.
Right. So it is mentioned 432,000 years. So at the end of 432,000 years, that's when Kalki avatar will appear. And even it's mentioned like the son of Vishnu Yash. Even the place is given, one of the districts in UP thing. So and we have only 5,000 years gone of Kali Yuga, so we have 427,000 years remaining. So this is nothing. What we are saying in Kali Yuga, we say it's Kali Yuga, nothing is, this is just the beginning, right? So all the rulers are still good enough. I think we will still see bad. Right? So this is just the beginning. All right, let's continue. I think this was a good summary. I thought it's important that we continue our revision so that we don't forget. So let's go to the next one. अवताराः संख्येया हरेः सत्त्वनिधे द्विजा यथा विदासिनः कुल्या सरसः स्युः सहस्रशः. So, O Brahmanas, the incarnation of the Lord are innumerable, like rivulets flowing from inexhaustible sources of water. So there are so many avatars and there are so many Brahmans. What we have just read about is just 22 primary incarnation in this particular universe. Sumit?
ऋष्यो मन्वो देवः मनुपुत्र मोहजसः कलः सर्वहरिरेव सम्प्रजातपते स्मृतः. All the rishis, Manus, demigods, and descendants of Manu, who are specially powerful, are plenary portions or portions of plenary portions of the Lord. This also includes the Prajapatis.
At the end of the day, we are all pretty much we also have a soul which comes directly from Lord Vishnu. Anilji?
हाँ जी। एते चांश कला पुंसः कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयं इंद्रारि व्याकुलं लोकं वर्णयन्ति युगे युगे. All of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets. Whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists, the Lord incarnates to protect the theists. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So two things. One important thing is, and we have seen it in Sri Brahma Samhita, we are seeing it in Srimad Bhagavatam, how the origin is explained. Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. And Lord incarnates to protect the devotees. So I think those two are the important aspects. Ravi? Ravi?
My screen sharing is a bit delaying. Yeah.
Ah.
Janam gruyam bhagavato eta pratyo naraha saya prata grananan bhaktya dukham gram madvichumache. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearance of the Lord with the devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from all the mysteries of the life.
Gets relief from all the miseries of life. This life is, it's said that this life is a misery, but if you recite all the appearances of the Lord or the devotional bhajans, devotion in the morning and in the evening, you get some relief from the misery of life. It's written in Srimad Bhagavata. Anil ji?
हाँ जी. एत द्रूपम भगवतो हयरूपस्य चिदात्मनः माया गुणैर्विरचितं महदादि viratmani. The conception of the Virat universal form of the Lord as appearing in the material world is imaginary. It is to enable the less intelligent and neophytes to adjust to the idea of the Lord's having form. But factually, the Lord has no material form. Hare Krishna.
It's not material form. Lord has a spiritual form.
Yeah.
Right? And Shyam Sundar is the spiritual form. Ajay Prabhu?
यथा नवसी मेघो गो रेणुवा पार्थिवो अनिले एव दृष्टिरिदृश्य समारोपितुमो बुद्धिभिः. Clouds and dust are carried by the air, but less intelligent person say that the sky is cloudy and the air is dirty. Similarly, they also implant material bodily conceptions on the spirit self.
Right. So real thing is spirit, but everybody just thinks it's like a material body. Mukesh?
Atha param yad avyaktam avyadha guna brahmitam adhar adristashrut vastu vastava jivo yatna pun bharvo. Beyond this gross conception of form is another subtle conception of form which is without formal shape and it's unseen, unheard, and unmanifest. The living being has his form beyond this subtlety, otherwise he could not have repeated births.
Yeah, this is very important. Right? Any comments? Anyone wants to say what this means really? Right? Beyond this gross conception is talking about a gross body, right? It's talking about the physical body. You're saying that beyond this gross conception, there is another subtle conception, Suksham Sharir, right? Sthul Sharir and then the Suksham Sharir. And then And then there is living being has its form beyond this subtly. Otherwise, you cannot have repeated births, right? If a human is this body, then we know this body disappears, right? It gets destroyed at the end, so it cannot be part of the rebirth. So that's why there is a shuttle body and there is a soul, right? Sumit?
यत्र मे सत्सुद्रुपे प्रतिषिद्धते संविदा अविद्यात्मनि कृते इति tada braham darshanam. When a person experiences by self-realization that both the gross and the subtle bodies have nothing to do with the pure self at the time he sees himself as well as the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Right. I mean, in just 2 lines, everything is mentioned basically, right? We cannot see our shuttle body. We cannot see ourself. When we say ourself is our soul, right? But when do we see it? By self-realization. And as we have been reading, the self-realization happens by prem bhakti, by the devotion, by the devotional meditation. But when that happens, that's when you see yourself. And that's when you know that you are actually different from gross body as well as shuttle body. Right? So you are neither gross body nor shuttle body. Right? You are the soul, and then you see yourself and as well as the Lord himself. Yeah. Let's do one more shlok. Jay Prabhu.
यज्ञेशोपरता देवी माया वैसारदीमती संपन्न अवेति विदु महर्नि स्वे महीयते. If the illusory energy subsides and the living entity becomes fully enriched with the knowledge by the grace of Lord, and then he becomes at once enlightened with the self-realization and thus become situated in his own glory.
Right. All this happens by the grace of the Lord. So, and the grace of the Lord comes when we are totally, purely devoted in the bhakti. Anilji?
हाँ जी. एवं जन्मानि कर्माणि हैकतुर्जनस्य च वर्णयन्ति स्म कवयो वेदगुह्यानि हृत्पते. Thus, learned men describe the births and activities of the unborn and inactive, which is undiscoverable even in the Vedic literatures. He is the Lord of the heart. Hare Krishna.
सेवाइदं विश्वमोघलीलः श्रीजत्यवत्यति न सज्जते अस्मिन् भूतेषु चान्तर्हित आत्मतन्त्रः शाग्वर्गिकं जिघ्रति षड्गुणेशः. So the Lord, whose activities are always spotless, is the master of the 6 senses and is fully omnipotent with 6 opulences. He creates the manifested universes, maintains them, and annihilates them without being in the least affected. He is within every living being and is always independent. Right? So he is there in every living being, in all of us, but still he is independent, right? And this universe gets manifested, the universe is maintained, annihilates, destroyed, right? But he never gets affected by all this. Okay. Ravi?
न चास्य कनिश्चनि पुणेन धातु रवेति जनतु कर्म पुमनिष उति namami rupani manobhavchobi santanvatto natcharyami vagya. The foolish with the poor fund of knowledge cannot know the transcendental nature of the forms, names, and the activities of the Lord, who is playing like an actor in a drama. Nor can they express such things neither in their speculations nor in their words. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Let's do one more shlok and then we'll end. Ajay Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. सवेद धातु पदवीं परस्य धुरंत वीर्यस्य रथाड्गपाणे यो अमायाय संतयानुवृत्ता भजते तत्पाद सरोज गंधम. Only those who render the unreserved, uninterrupted, favorable service unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, carries the wheel of the chariot in his hand, can know the creator of the universe in his fully glory, power, transcendence.
And transcendence. So only those who render unreserved, uninterrupted, favorable service onto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna.
Carries the wheel of chariot.
That's the ultimate goal, objective of this life. If you don't even do that, how will you know? Like, we can then talk about Big Bang theory and all that. How does that help, right? So this is where you know the Lord, you know how this world has been created, and you know how you can get connected back to the Lord, right? That's a perfect science. So that's a lotus feet of Lord Krishna. All right, I think we'll stop here. Krishna. So this was good, right? We went through, quickly summarized all the incarnations of Lord, 22 incarnations, and just a quick summary. And we'll continue reading as we get more details. Right? So let's continue the kirtan which we have been doing.
Are you sharing?
Oh,